Welcome. This video is for the KSGovJobs administration site and will continue covering some of the functions on the left side menu, specifically PartnerAdmin. Contact information contains the primary contact as well as partner HR contact info. They could be the same or they could be different. The field to note is this partner from email field. This is the email that will be applied to email sent to applicants. Be sure to click the Save button if you change anything. Next is the logo. This is where you can select a file containing the partner's logo that will display on the user-facing website. The acceptable size for this file must be 150 by 200 or smaller. Be sure to click the Save button to retain any changes. Profile is a free-form text field to provide information about the partner. This will display on the user-facing website. If you are pasting from Microsoft Word, sometimes unusual text and symbols may appear at the top of the pasted content. This is formatting information from the Word, so please just delete the unusual text and symbols. Be sure to click Submit to save your content. I'm going to cover supplemental sections before showing you application templates. Every vacancy will have a section for personal information, employment history, and education history. If there is a need for another section, such as references, that form is built here by clicking the Create Supplemental Section button. The Supplemental Section Screen Builder displays. The section name is a free-form text field and is required. It will display as a header during the application process. The order field is numerical and is required and determines what sequence to display this supplemental section. Personal information is 1, employment history is 2, and education history is 3 in the display order. Repeats is a checkbox and when checked allows for more than one to be added during the application process. Download is a checkbox and when checked indicates the information in this section will be exported to a CSV file. Now we have components and we have a supplemental section. A text box is a small free-form text field. A text area is a large free-form text field. Checkboxes will allow multiple selection, and radio buttons will allow for only a single selection. To perform drag and drop, click the left mouse button on the component you want, hold it down and drag it to the supplemental section to where the green box appears and says drop here. You can have more than one of the components on a supplemental section. To change the label on a component within the supplemental section, click on the label. The text label is a text field to define the content of the input field. The size field is required and it's a numerical field and the values are from 1 to 12 inclusive. It defines the width of the field on the form. Imagine the form in 12 vertical slices. This number would be the number of slices of the screen that the field should span across. Max length is an optional numerical field. It defines how many characters are allowed in the field. Required is a checkbox that is optional. If this field requires input from the user, then the required checkbox needs to be checked. As you can see, the component on the supplemental side is now called reference name. Now we have a reference phone number. Both the reference name and the reference phone number are required. We decide we don't want the checkbox, so we can drag it to the top where it says drop here to remove. Now it's gone from the supplemental section. This radio button So we want to know how the candidate is associated to this reference. So we're calling it association. We'll have a button called professional and one called personal, and this field is required. One of them has to be checked. Now we're using a text area to create a comments area for the applicant. We're making it a size of 8 to span across the form, and we're putting in a max length of 300 characters. This field will not be required. Once we click the Save button, we'll now see references in our list of supplemental sections. We will have it in the 4th sequence. It will repeat and it will be downloaded. We can edit or we can delete it. If you make any changes to order, repeats, or download on this page, be sure to click the Save button to retain your changes. Now we'll look at application templates. There are 2 global application templates, non-public safety and public safety. These cannot be edited or deleted. The supplemental sections included these 2 global templates may be changed. The supplemental sections included in these 2 global templates may be changed. To create an application template, click the Create Application Template. Give it a name and click Save. Now you'll see the new template in the list. There are buttons that you can now edit and delete that new template. Edit will just change the name. You can delete it, or you can choose what supplemental sections you want with this. The next short video will cover more of the functions on the left side menu.